Good afternoon. As y'all can see, guys, the sun is setting behind me. I am on my way to Russellville. I got to go to Harbor Freight and get a couple of the cheap extension cords, 100 footers, because I have been winterproofing the rest of the animals today. And I've got them all heated water bowls. I picked up one for the chickens the other day, and the rabbits, one of you guys sent me the rabbits ones last year, and I bought a bigger one for the goats last year. But I need a couple of more extension cords to be able to reach to all of them, and I need to get some outdoor surge protectors because the rabbit one is 3 of them, so I'm gonna have to be able to plug in all 3. So before this big snowstorm hits tomorrow or tonight, I don't know exactly if it's supposed to be tonight or in the morning, but we're supposed to get 5 inches of snow tomorrow and 1 inch on Friday. So I figured this would be my last chance to be able to get out and about, so I decided that I would go ahead and get that done this evening. I've been working on winterizing all day today. And the new heater in the cabin, it's the same BTU as the old one, but it's thermostated. It doesn't work as good as the one I had in there, unfortunately. And I've even turned it all the way up, and it just doesn't heat the cabin the same. So I'm going to get some Visqueen for the windows, because they're single pane windows, which are horrible. If y'all remember, I put that plastic stuff over last year on the inside. They had the double-sided tape, and that worked pretty good for a little while, but before winter was over with, it started peeling, and then it was just trash after that. So what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to actually get some Visqueen and Visqueen inside the windows. It's all wood around there, and kind of staple it up there and kind of seal up the windows. I've got an idea for the loft, because there's no point in heating that loft area up there, and not that much heat where it's just wide open. And also some more spray foam for kind of where the logs settled in the front, where they need to be replaced, and also around the doors where I've spray foamed before. When I watched Mike and Lys's dogs last year and had them in the cabin, they tore up all the foam at the bottom of the doors, so I need to re-spray those. So just going to get some of those supplies today, because it's going to be really nasty for the next couple of days. So I would like to work on the inside of the cabin and kind of get it ready for winter. The heater does heat it up in there to where I can stay and all that, but it's not like warm. It's just makes it where it's not miserable, but it's definitely cold, especially over there by my desk where the lower ceiling is. I'm thinking if I kind of block off that loft area, I'm going to use some of that same stuff that I used to cover up the insulation across the whole loft area there, and leave the stairs open so some heat can still get up in there, for the batteries and stuff like that that's up there. But I think that should cut down on a lot of the heat that's getting out from that heater. And with the ceiling fan pushing it back down, I'm hoping that makes a huge difference, and I won't have to run that heater so hard. Because the whole reason why I got that thermostated one, Blue Flame, was because it cost a fortune in propane last year for the cabin. And with me running the cabin and the tiny house now, that's double expense for heating. So I want the thermostat to be able to be lower and it kick on and off like like a regular heater should. Last night I did charge up the Angular Solex that's in the cabin and ran the mini split with it, and that helped. But that mini split definitely takes a lot with the heat. It ended up being, which when we tested it, I guess because it wasn't as cold and didn't have to work so hard, it was only about 1100 watts that it was taking. Well, whenever it's running wide open trying to keep up, it's over 2000 watts. That's a lot of battery drainage, and it only runs that Anker Solex for a couple hours, and then it doesn't work no more. And the 220 port on the Anker Solex does not work while it's charging, so it's just not efficient by any kind of means. The air conditioner uses a lot less, so that mini split's probably going to be primarily for summer. So it is what it is. I'm learning, I'm figuring it all out, and now I'm going to get what I need to address it. It's definitely about to get cold, and it's struggling keeping up right now, and it's only gotten into the 20s. We're just now coming into the real heart of winter, where it's gonna, you know, get down into the low single digits and maybe even below zero. So if it's not keeping up in the 20s, it's definitely not going to keep up whenever it hits 0 degrees out here. So the tiny house is doing amazing. I had the same setup last year with the tiny house, and we had a cold winter last year, guys. We got below zero for about a week there with heavy wind chill and everything else. The tiny house performed amazingly. My water pipes to the toilet and sink only froze one time, and that's whenever it got below zero for that week. And the sink was the first one to freeze up, and then the toilet finally did, but the toilet was only for about 2 days. The shower never did, because all the pipes are internal on the inside for that, and the sink in the kitchen never froze up. So it was just the bathroom sink and the toilet, which wasn't that big of a deal, because you could take a bucket of water and flush your toilet and all that, because I have other sinks and the shower and everything working, so I was still able to take showers, still able to flush the toilet, so it really wasn't too bad. But I'm definitely learning about this Arkansas winter, and whenever I start working on the cabin here this year, I'm definitely going to utilize all of the stuff that I've learned and try to keep as many of the pipes and stuff like that on the inside of the house instead of the exterior walls, because I've got really good insulation in that tiny house, and all those pipes are well insulated in there, and it still froze. So, but the shower didn't, because it's on the inside of the walls and one of the interior walls. So I'm going to try to design the bathroom for the cabin and the kitchen for the cabin, sink and all of that, on internal walls. So that way I don't have that issue anymore. So I'm learning. But it's been a busy day. I put a video out today on Come On Homesteading, where I almost burnt down the cabin. I changed out a whole lot of stuff and did a whole lot of solar, added like 4,800 watts. Well, didn't add, but total of 4,800 watts. I added quite a bit of solar panels and stuff, and rearranged some of the batteries and all of that. Started utilizing another battery in the cabin, which gave me a lot more battery capacity, and then added a lot more solar to it, and that's been working out really, really well. My generator use was already cut down pretty low, and now even with the winter and the gloomy days that we've had and all the rain, I'm even using the generator even less, and the sun ain't even that bright right now, and it's been raining and gloomy for the last month quite a bit. So I am definitely optimistic as far as the summer comes with the solar that's set up right now. It should definitely save me a fortune, I would say. But this is just a quick one, guys. I'm pulling into town now. We got another video coming out probably, what's today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, might be Friday, explaining all of this. Yeah, I had some unfortunate stuff happen that forced my hand, but we'll talk about that on Come On Homesteading on the next video. But I love every single one of you guys. I hope y'all are ready for this cold blast that we are about to have. Hopefully you were taking another step closer to your goals, doing something nice for people, but definitely keeping it real while you're doing it all. All right, guys. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.